Hello, Cammy. How are you today?
I'm good, Karen. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Welcome, everybody. This is Dr. Cammy and Karen Go Keto. This is our journal, our vlog of transitioning to keto lifestyles. And I have with me my good friend, Dr. Camilla McGrath, and she is going to start us out with where we are right now and where she was earlier.
Very good. So, this is our second video. Our first one was a welcome video, and we're still learning our IT stuff, so bear with us. And this one here, we're going to talk about where we started until now, and then we'll be continuing our channel from here on out. So, I wanted to just let you know that I really started the low carb lifestyle in May. Like April 28th was when I really got serious about it. And so I have a diary here. I wanted to just run some pages by you and let you know how I was doing my food journal. And so when I first started out, Karen said, you're probably going to have to eat between 25 and 35 carbs a day to consistently lose weight. And in my mind, I thought, that's insane. I'm going to eat 100 a day.
100
And
grams of carbs. So, I don't know if you're drinking a regular soda, that's like four regular sodas or something, but go ahead.
yeah. No, I don't drink soda. But so anyway, I started my food diary, and I did want to find out here. Let me see exactly how much I weighed too when I started weighing myself. Um, so I was initially, it took me a while to start my food diary consistently. I had some days where I tracked what I ate and other days I didn't. And I've always been that way with a food diary. At the end of the day, I don't make the commitment to write down what I was eating throughout for that day. And now I'm able to do it. I'm lucky because I'm not working 60 hours a week anymore. So I'm able to write down as I go. But if you make the full commitment to have a new lifestyle, you can sit down at the end of the day and it's a lot easier, trust me, than to try to make up for 3 days of eating when you can't remember what's going on. So I was going to show you just a few pages here. Um, so I started documenting my carbs, and you can see there some of them are in the hundreds. I just did the yellow thing at the bottom. I just kept track of the foods that I ate. Here's 113, 101. The average for that week was 50.28 carbs a day. And then here I had another day, just to let you know that this is kind of how my diary looked. This is a diary a little diary log that I really like. I got it from Food Addicts Anonymous, and we're a little nervous about putting their link down there without their permission, but that's something for you to maybe keep in mind. And then, because I have a history of binge eating, which you guys will learn about, I wrote in here on my red pages where I would binge. And so for May, June, and July, I continued to have binging issues. Here was an average week of 34.8 carbs. So it goes on. I think I started out at 262 pounds. And then I had a week in July that was really full of binges. And then slowly I started to get my carbs down to average of 24.7 here. And then I started to more consistently lose weight. And so, just like Karen said,
Cammy, you're just showing us the binder right there.
oh, you can't see the picture?
No.
Is that better?
No, it's just the binder. It's not your numbers.
Oh, it doesn't say average right there?
No, it just says Food Addicts Anonymous.
Oh, it must. Oh, you can't see everything then. This is better. Is that better?
Yeah, there you go. That's good. Hold that up for a little bit so people can see how your binging was.
Yeah. Well, that was a week where I didn't do any binging, but in any case, I'm getting better with the food diary, and the carbs are coming down on a more consistent basis, and so is the weight. So when I first started, for the first 12 weeks for May, June, and July. For May and June and July, I basically lost a pound a week and lost 12 pounds. And then I went on vacation and did not do low carb lifestyle. I ate whatever I wanted to do and proceeded to eat a lot of processed foods and a lot of high carb foods and gained 7 pounds in 10 days. I came back and was back on my lifestyle and lost the weight and have lost more since. So that's kind of where I am. I'm more committed now than ever. I've had ups and downs. I don't know. Do you want me to tell them what I learned from this process, Karen, and then you can share your history?
Why don't I share a little bit right now because according to what I'm looking at, your camera's gone or something on my side. I don't know if it looks regular on your side. It looks unusual. So, um, let's see if you pop back up in my viewing, and otherwise we'll just go a little in the dark
Oh,
for
you
a
know
little bit.
what? We might want to start over because I did not have echo cancellation on.
Yeah, but this isn't just echo cancellation. It's your whole picture is gone. So, um, well, we could start over. It is kind of a little disturbing. It's just like it just has a little picture. Oh, it says live video will return when their internet. There you go. Now you're back. Okay, sorry everybody. We're working. We're trying to work through this. Maybe this isn't the right uh, software to use, but we're going to go ahead and do it anyway. Maybe we can edit this out. Um, so when I don't really keep a food journal, and I think that I and I don't count carbs, and I don't have a food plan right now, and I feel like I need all of those things because I'm having a difficulty transitioning to this lifestyle. And I think that my difficulty is because it is somewhat chaotic, and so I do things as they feel good. So I am going to commit to keeping those things: a food journal, a food plan, and I don't think that most of the experts that you watch on YouTube and you read about, they don't have to keep the carb count after a certain time period. It's really just to get to kind of just as you kind of ease into it. And I have a pretty good idea of what my carb count is generally, and I just know what foods I need to avoid, and I'm not avoiding them like that chocolate malt I mentioned in my last video. Chocolate malt and potato chips and French onion dip. So anyway, Cammy, you can go ahead and take it away again.
All right. So for me, coming from a food addiction background with binge eating disorder, where I did go inpatient in April of 2023 for 6 weeks, I think it's better for me to be on a diet that I'm watching a little.
Cammy, let me stop you. You were impatient in 2022.
I am still impatient, and I think
Oh,
I always have been.
oh.
I love you, Karen. So, I when I was in recovery, one of the things that they told me was that when I restrict myself, that's going to be a problem for me in the long term. And so there's dietitians and nutritionists out there that I'm sure are watching and that will agree with that. The problem that I had was that when I worked on their program, which was All Foods Fit, so that all of your foods fit into your program, I gained 40 pounds when I came out of inpatient, trying to work with behavioral modification and some of the other techniques I had learned in there with behavioral changes while still eating All Foods Fit. And so when I got over 260 pounds, I decided that that wasn't going to be something that was going to work for me because I didn't want to watch it continue to rise. So I'm not sure what the future is going to hold for me. I know that I can take it one day at a time. I'm very happy so far eating in this lifestyle plan. And so far, it's been working slowly but surely.
Excellent.
And then, do you want me to tell you a few of, do you want me to go ahead and just share a few of the things that I learned going through this process from May until now?
Yes, please.
Okay. So one of the biggest things I learned was that it takes time to transition. And, I had to go from keeping a food diary some days, not most days, to keeping the diary on most days, to basically keeping the diary every day. All of that took time. And so you have to be very patient with the amount of time it takes to instill a new lifestyle. And we're going to talk in other videos too about other things besides just food, like exercise and meditation. And, some of our tools are going to do other things besides food. So it takes time to do this. And I also learned, to be gentle with myself and to give myself some grace through this whole process, and to know that some days are not going to go so great and other days are going to go really, really good. And what I want to do is try to stack up my good days as best as I can. And then another thing that I learned is a small binge is better than a big binge. So if I'm going to eat a lot of carbs, it's better to eat a lot of carbs than a massive amount of carbs, which I can do. And I think that doing that allows myself to be a little gentler on myself and get myself back on track. And the other thing that I think is really important is get support. However, you think you need support, prayer, meditation, calling people, reaching out to people. That's a big one for me. Getting support where I feel like I need support is also really helpful. Also, keeping in mind the long term goal, what you're motivated to do in the long term, and how that's going to be better for you than just how good something's going to taste in the moment. Um, be committed, be motivated, be devoted to yourself. Those are some of the words that I try to keep in mind. So, yeah, what about you, Karen? Have you found some tips or tricks you can give us?
The one thing that really sticks in my mind is, for me, I have a routine. And if my routine is includes a bad habit or a bad food, like my going to when I went to my visit my mom in the hospital and I would drive by and get a chocolate malt, I realized that, I wasn't always doing that. That was not part of my lifestyle 2 years ago. And it doesn't have to be my lifestyle 2 years from now or even 2 months from now. And part of that is changing my routine. And in order to change your routine, I think you have to do some reflection. I think that if you reflect on where you're at, how you got here, and then you don't have to beat yourself up about it, but it's good to have some awareness. It's a lot easier to decide what needs changing in the lifestyle sooner or later, if you actually reflect. And so for me, I know, hey, isn't it easy to just say, I'm not going to drive past that ice cream place anymore? I mean, how hard is that? I know where it is. And hopefully, other ones on the road won't call to me, and I will change. And as soon as I change it for a few times, I'll get used to it and I won't do it anymore. And then the other thing is, I wanted to stop Diet Coke, and now I've gone 2 days without Diet Coke. And I'm hopeful that by the end of the year, I'm not drinking any more Diet Coke. Diet Coke is not a good thing for me, but it does bring about, so at this point, it used to bring about pleasant associations. And so that was why I was drinking it. And now I want to just drink water and black tea to bring about those same associations.
Very good. Yeah. So it sounds like we're learning a lot about what motivates us and what causes us to have good behaviors and other behaviors that we want to try to avoid. So that's great.
And I think the most important thing, Cami, is this is lifestyle, right? That means for the rest of our lives or until we decide to change the lifestyle. So we're changing into it. And I think that's all we have to be committed to right now.
Yes, I agree. I think that just what
Charlie,
oh oh your camera's delayed from mine, I guess.
it is.
Um
I'm going by your voice.
oh all right. Well, this is do you think this is enough to just catch people up and then we
I
can do
do.
our next video can be a little summary of how our week went.
I think that sounds good. All
All
right,
right,
everybody,
perfect.
subscribe, like, comment. We look forward to hearing from you.
All right, take good care. Bye,
Bye.
Karen.